Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Project Bidoof. This is episode 8, where we are going to breed a Battle Ready Blaziken. The moveset will be Flare Blitz and Close Combat as our stab moves. And then the third and fourth move choices are really up to you. I decided to pick Poison Jab and Sword Stance. I chose Poison Jab as my third move as a way to hit fairy types really hard. You could take U-turn or Protect instead, however. I chose to take Sword Stance to make this a Sword Stance sweeper. If you can swap this in at a good time, then you can basically get a free Sword Stance with your momentum and sweep for the late game. For items, I chose Life Orb. You could take Expert Belt, but I think you're not really losing much by taking the 10% HP damage. Blaziken is more of a glass cannon. Look at its attack stat, 120. Special attack stat is 110 as well, so you could make this a mixed moveset. Of course, we are going for the maximum attack and speed. This time around we're going Adamant Nature because our ability is Speed Boost. It's the hidden ability for Torchic. We don't really need the Jolly Nature Speed Boost. We can instead rely on Speed Boost to give us increases in our speed stat. Ever since Blaziken got hidden ability Speed Boost, it has basically been top tier. Uber tier, that is, with all of the legendary Pokemon. I'm clicking across different metagames right now, and it is literally uber tier, the very highest of the high tiers. As we can see here, Sword Stance is a moveset which a lot of people use. Sword Stance, Low Kick, Protect, and Flare Blitz. Protect can be very useful just to get your speed boost, a guaranteed speed boost, so bear that in mind. Low Kick is probably going to be better than Close Combat as you don't get the stat boost, and a lot of legendaries are very heavy. The physical attacker moveset in Pokemon X and Y uses Flare Blitz, Protect, High Jump Kick or Low Kick again, and Stone Edge as its move. I guess this is for like Talonflame, which was a very big threat in X and Y. That will be coming back to Scarlet and Violet, so expect a video on Talonflame at some point. In the Sun and Moon metagame, it's basically the same. We have a Sword Stance set with Knockoff, and then we have two more movesets in the Sun and Moon metagame, which is Sword Stance and Choice Band. So let's jump on to Serebii, and I want to check my moveset. Of course, we want Flare Blitz, and Flare Blitz is taught at level 63, so this is one of those ones on the higher the level requirements. We also want Close Combat, and it's very important to make sure that if there is a difference here where it says standard level up between Sword and Shield and standard level up between Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, you'll see that Close Combat is move reminder for Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but it is not for Sword and Shield, so keep an eye on this. It's very important, as you may make a mistake and your moveset won't actually work. This is why we always go over the movesets before we breed the Pokemon. This is very important just to ensure that your moveset is legitimately obtainable in the game that you want to play. So we have our two stab moves of choice, and pretty much from there, we're looking at TM moves. So let me go over to the BDSP, Technical Machines. You could take Protect, very standard. Earthquake, if you really want an extra Earthquake user. Brick Break is a good alternative for fighting type moves as it breaks through screens. That's your Aurora Veil, Light Screen, and Reflect. You could take Overheat as a special attack if you want to be a more mixed attacker, or just have your powerful fire move option on the special side. Sword Stance is taught by TM. U-turn is also taught by TM, so you have a bunch of options for your third and fourth move. Just keep that in mind. And if you do want Low Kick, you can get it by catching Torchics in the Grand Underground. You could also use the same method to get Baton Pass and use this as a way to gain stats on your Blaziken and swap out to another Pokemon to give those stats over instead. There's just so many uses for Blaziken. It's super strong, it's just a little bit too good, and that's why it is typically banned from a lot of the competitive tiers on the Smogon rule set, of course. The breeding process for Torchic is quite simple, however it does need to be a hidden ability Torchic, which means you're either going to have to trade for it, you have to use an ability patch, or you can stop by on Discord, check out my free stuff channel, where I offer a lot of the Pokemon that are spares from making this series. Included in that list will be some hidden ability Torchics, so stop by and ask for the stuff that interests you the most. Of course, you can breed that with our 6 IV Bidoof, and eventually you will get your 5 or 6 IV Torchic. I have the Adamant Nature, I have Speed Boost, and this is the Torchic that I will be using. However, I also caught a shiny Torchic. Look at that, look at that. This is the second shiny that I have hatched in Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. The very first one is a Magikarp, and I released it by accident because I wasn't paying attention. So a little bit of backstory about my luck with shinies in this game. Yeah, this really caught me by surprise. I was just hatching eggs, and then I saw the stars on the screen, and I screamed like a child. It was so surprising. I was really not expecting to see that. I'm thinking about giving this one away as part of the Project Bidoof raffle. If you really want your chance to win any of the Pokemon in this series, including this shiny Torchic, which might be a Blaziken by that time. I haven't decided yet. Make sure that you're following me on Twitter and you retweet any of the giveaway tweets for Pokemon that interest you. With that said, we do need to do some EV training and we need to train up to level 63. I'm going to be training attack and speed EVs, so we will go from there. If you watched the previous video on Arcanine, then you would know that I EV trained this Blaziken and some other Pokemon at the very same time because their EV spreads were exactly the same. You can see that we have maximum attack and speed. I went to the Goldeen Man south of Veilstone City for the attack EVs, and I went west of Eterna City for the Magikarp Man for the speed EVs, and then I took my last 4 EVs in special defense, which of course is our Tentacool and Tentacruel at the Valley Windworks. After this, I then trained up to level 63, as this is when we learn our Flare Blitz. I taught close combat via the move reminder, and then I taught the 2 TMs that I chose for this moveset. It's pretty simple. Once you have access to a lot of these things, you can really start to churn out a lot of Pokemon at the same time, and this is part of why I want to teach this in a way that has some sort of progression. As you guys, if you're watching it from the very first video and you start to pile on all of this knowledge incrementally, one step at a time, you will begin to breed very efficiently, and you might even see some sort of improvements and then be like, damn, this guy really knows what he's talking about, and then you click the subscribe button. Yeah, that's going to be it for this video. Once again, we have a very strong, powerful, useful, cool looking battle ready Pokemon. Hope you're enjoying this series. Make sure to take part in all of the Twitter giveaways. Join us on Discord. We're trying to grow our community more and more each day. Or just say hello to me, leave a comment, anything like that to help with YouTube. Also a big thumbs up from me, so thank you for that. Have yourselves a great weekend. It is Friday today. Stay safe, and maybe I'll see you tomorrow with even more Project Bidoof, 6 PM BST every day of July.